Archbishop Fulton Sheen moves closer to sainthood after Pope Francis approves a miracle attributed to his intercession. The Vatican announcement comes a little over a week after the venerable Archbishop's remains were transferred from St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City to Peoria, Illinois, where he was ordained. Archbishop Sheen, who died in 1979, was known for his on-air evangelization in the 50s and 60s. The date for his beatification has not yet been announced. Joining me now is Msgr Jason Gray, pastor of St. Thomas Parish in Peoria Heights in Illinois. In 2011, Msgr Gray carried out the investigation of the miraculous healing of a newborn child through the intercession of Archbishop Fulton Sheen. Msgr, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
Tell us about the miracle and the investigation.
Sure. It's really a remarkable story about a child that was born without signs of life, and for 61 minutes did not show any signs of heartbeat or respiration until finally the pulse and breathing was recovered. And people sometimes say, you mean 61 seconds? And I said, no, it was 61 minutes.
Wow.
That this was a home birth that they anticipated would go completely normally. Everything indicated that things would be fine. But when the child emerged without those signs of life, they attempted to try to resuscitate the child at home, and then in the ambulance, and in the hospital. So a period of 61 minutes passed before he began breathing again, and the heart began to beat again.
And I'm guessing that they, throughout that time, was asking for the Archbishop's intercession.
Yeah, they were praying to Fulton Sheen, and in fact the father of the child baptized his son, James Fulton, which was a sign of their devotion and their commitment to the Archbishop.
Well, like I said, I can imagine there's a lot of work that goes into this process. The approval from Pope Francis allows preparations to begin for Archbishop Sheen's beatification. So what is the process of beatification like?
Sure. There are really two main investigations that have to take place before beatification. One investigation into the life and the virtues of the servant of God. So all of his virtues had to be examined and make sure that he practiced them in a heroic manner. And then the second investigation is concurrent with that there needs to be a miracle, and that miracle had to be investigated to see if it was beyond scientific explanation and to prove that there was the intercession of the Archbishop invoked.
And all indications are that this was a miracle.
And not only that, but unanimous on the part of everyone involved.
Wow, incredible. Archbishop Sheen, of course, as you know, giant in American Catholicism, Catholic media. We have him here on EWTN. What has the response been so far about the news?
I think there's tremendous excitement, and it's not only because there's been anticipation that hopefully Fulton Sheen would be beatified, but now that the miracle's been approved, now we know it's a certainty. We're just waiting for the Pope to give us the date. So tremendous excitement knowing that it will take place.
Okay, well, as you mentioned, we have one miracle now attributed to him. We need another in order to move him along in the canonization as a saint. What are the next steps here?
Sure. After the beatification, we have to pray for another miracle. So it takes prayers. People have to ask for that miracle. And we'll see if Archbishop Sheen can come through in an even more spectacular way, because the first miracle that we just described, it's not an ordinary third-class miracle, as most of them are, but a first-class miracle is something truly extraordinary, like even raising the dead. And some experts even believe that this was actually a first-class miracle. So we'll see if Fulton Sheen can do something even greater for the second miracle that we need for canonization.
Whether his intercession does or doesn't, it's still an incredible story, and incredible just to be able to get to this through this process. Msgr Jason Gray, pastor of St. Thomas Parish in Peoria Heights in Illinois, thanks so much for talking with us about it.
Thanks for having me.